Al Capone.
Right.
They come to say he died of this, but he really died of you know what he died of, the syphilis. They killed him slowly.
Yeah, good.
But I'm just saying that, but, you know, just elaborate. They cover up things, you know what I'm saying, that's going to make them look bad in their history.
Yeah. Right. Because when you look at them, most of these so-called white people, that's the one, when you look at them videos of people kissing dogs, majority of the time, who is it? Now when you see, right, now when you see our people doing it, people of color, it look like it could be our people. But you gotta do their research. Check out their forefathers. Who the hell are their forefathers? Because ain't no Negro in their right mind kissing a dog in the goddamn mouth now. Ain't no Negro doing that. You understand? They gotta be a demented or diabolical spirit on you to sit. The dog licks his ass. He licks his private parts. He's kissing and sniffing dog shit. You understand? So why would any Negro in their right mind do that? So when you do the history, look up Caligula. Anybody ever seen that video, that movie? Look up Caligula. And you see the true spirit of the so-called white man. Sleeping with horses, sleeping with dogs, sleeping with all types of animals, man. They don't even want the woman. They don't even want the man most of the time. They want the dog. They want the dog. And it's crazy. All of this is being implemented in America slowly. Slowly.
They have to hide their ways. Now, like you said, they're bringing their ways back. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Israelites are waking up, we have to realize that the so-called used to be the past Romans, past Edomites. The so-called white men, they're waking up to who they are too. And guess what? By them being in rulership, they're going to install the likeness that we look at up to them as being nasty and gross and grotesque and profane. They're going to make those things what? Legal, normal. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't hide no more because the Lord has put the Spirit on them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's go back to Maccabees. Because this is what we celebrate. We celebrating a real celebration and feast day of a victory that our forefathers had. And then you have a lot of people that'll say, you know, Israelites, they'll say, well, that ain't in Leviticus the 23rd chapter. Y'all not following the Lord's days. Y'all following what you know, man-made stuff. But this was prophesied. This was prophesied about Daniel for us to keep. You understand? And we're gonna go into it. We're gonna read more on that, but let's go back to Maccabees. 1 and 11.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
And see, that's still to this day. That's your Charles Barkley, your Shaquille O'Neal, your Stephen A. Smiths. Oh no, Kyrie, don't say that. You're a hate monger. You're anti-Semitic. You can't say that. And this is what our people do. From then to now is the same thing. Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 12, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king and gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
Now see, this is where we go into the gymnasiums, a place of exercise. Now, anybody that's been in the gym, right? When you've been in that damn locker room, there's only one individual walking around butt-ass naked. And if you're not a Negro sodomite, and if y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all gotta walk with your head down. You can't look them in the eye. You see what I'm saying? And you don't want to look at their damn private part. You know what I'm saying? Even in jail, you know, I know brothers that was locked up, did crazy time. They tell me, yo, you supposed to take a shower with your boxers on. You don't walk around butt ass naked, man. Not in front of no men. So this is a custom of the Greeks. You understand? This is what they did. This is where the gymnasiums come from. You go to Planet Fitness, man, you gotta turn your head if you're in that locker room. I don't even go in them showers. No way. All right? If I do, it's got to be early in the morning when nobody's there. Okay?
It's not, and that is spiritual because we look at it. Even who plays football? If anybody played football, Esau was the only one in there playing with people trying to snatch towers off. You know what I'm saying? Playing certain games, and now by coming to this truth, you really see it. He's exposed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So hold that now where you at with the gymnasium. Let's go back to Daniel. You read the rest of Daniel now. Daniel 8 and what we was at? Start at 11 again. We're gonna finish that up. Just read to the 14th verse.
Daniel chapter 8, verse 11. Yea, he magnified himself, even to the prince of the host. And by him, the daily sacrifice was taken away.
Right. The daily sacrifices of what? The priest. Okay, go ahead.
And the place of his and the place of his sanctuary was cast down.
And this is prophetic. This is what happened to us during the time of the Maccabees. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And an host was given him against the daily sacrifice by reason of transgression, and it cast down the truth to the ground.
So what's the truth? What's the truth? The laws. Cast the laws to the ground. Go ahead.
And he practiced and prophesied.
Practice and prosper.
Oh, practice and prosper.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Then I heard the one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint, which spake, How long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation?
Right. The transgression of desolation. How long is this going to happen? How long are they going to keep this thing going? Go ahead.
To give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot.
And that's still Israel to this day. You look through the scriptures, how long? How long are we going to be in this conditions? Yeah, what was the boxer? To this day.
Oh yeah,
Deontay Wall, to this day. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed.
Okay, so there was a time limit. That adds up with the time of the Maccabees. So let's go back to First Maccabees now.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 14, again, it says, Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
See, according to the customs of the heathen. You wouldn't just go in there and play some ball. You know, Jake won't go in there, shoot the ball around, whatever, go work out a little bit. But these are customs of them. This is not customs of us. This is strange to our people. But you're going to have your Charles Barkley's in there. You're going to have your Shaquille O'Neal's in there. And when you look at their spirit, all these dudes wore a dress. That's show you there's nothing different. This is the same spirits recycled. This is how you know there's regeneration. Right. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief.
And they were doing, when you go into the history, they actually made themselves uncircumcised again. Like they was doing procedures just like today. They cutting their whole thing off. And they just leaving a hole in there. It's all types of stuff. Then they adding it to it. You see what I'm saying? So imagine, where did you get the skin from to put it on there? Did you go see the rabbi with the moils? Like they got a bunch of them. They got a bunch of them and they like to chew on them. Where did you get it? Think about it. Where the hell did you get the extra skin from? It's madness. But this is the stuff our people was doing. And not only because they feared them, but they had that spirit of we can't beat them, why not join them? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16. And when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms.
Right. They want to be greedy, man. White man's greedy. He want everything. He don't want to give us nothing. Go ahead.
17. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy.
All right. See, so he had navy, he had elephants, and you could train them elephants. Hannibal trained them when you do that history, and you see them in the surface, man. And the elephant is one of the strongest animals, man.
They were used as transportation and weapons of war too.
Right.
At the same time.
Right, and even if you kill the elephant, that's a damn blockade, man. That's a barricade. They can't get to you. Damn elephant's right in front of you. You got the upper hand. Okay, go ahead.
And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt.
Right, he was going. See, now this is white on white crime. He going to war with his own peoples. Okay, go ahead.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt, and he took the spoils thereof. And after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
And entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof.
See, he went in there proudly. And that's what they do. That's what the so-called white man, the white man is the proudest in the, that's the proudest nation on the face of this earth. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. And the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the censers of gold, and the veil, and the crown, and the golden ornaments that were before the temple.
They took everything. Okay, they took everything. Go ahead.
All which he pulled off. He took also the silver and the gold, and the precious vessels. Also, he took the hidden treasures which he found.
He took even the hidden treasures. This is most of this stuff is where is most of this stuff right now today?
In the Vatican.
In the Vatican. Yeah. You see, they got everything. And that's why you could use